Hey, what's up guys, Azai here, and the balance changes have dropped. These are the patch notes I'm going to read off to you guys. The nerfs and the buffs are live right now. You go into the game, they're all active, and let's go over them and see how crazy they are. We can start with Crisis. Crisis gets its damage boost reduced from 30% to 20%. This isn't that bad. I think Crisis will still be fine. Lynx, it's getting its force field durability decreased by 20%, its ability duration reduced from 6 seconds to 4 seconds, and its ability cooldown being reduced from 11 seconds to 9 seconds. Lynx is still good. If you guys see in the gameplay, I actually started with my Lynx. I was using just nerfed robots. This gameplay that you're seeing is all with the nerfed robots. Lynx is still good. It is definitely, you can notice all these nerfs, but it's still pretty decent. So here are the really unnecessary ones. Nether, Angler, Mars, and Seraph. They all got screwed. Nether got its force field durability dropped, its ability recharge time increased, its movement speed decreased, its durability decreased, its built-in weapon range decreased. Yeah, Nether is going to have a tough time. I don't know if Nether will be good anymore. Angler is also getting screwed. Its electric shift movement speed is going down. Its base movement speed is going down, but its durability is going up. So that's nice at least, but you're not going to blind anyone anymore. So why does it matter? Mars, the movement speed from the remote assault is going down by 10 kilometers an hour. It's quite a lot. The durability and the Aegis durability are going down, and the turret duration is going down, all by quite a lot. That is pretty ridiculous. Yeah, I don't think Mars will be good anymore as well. And now we'll see also Seraph. It's getting its movement speed reduced, or its movement speed while it's flying. Its force field is getting reduced, and its durability is getting decreased. All of that is really bad for all of these robots. I don't think that you'll be able to run these robots as like you used to in Champion League. You could try, and maybe you'll be able to with certain weapons, certain builds, certain play styles, but Angler, you could just use a Ravana instead. It'll be better. Mars, you could use a Typhon. Seraph, you could use an Amugi, an Ophion, or hell, at this point almost even an Aljun. Nether, a Lynx is going to just be better, but a Strider is going to be basically the same. So yeah, that's pretty bad. That being said, they were a lot worse on the test server before. I remember on the test server they were making it so Seraph's force field would just like blow off after you shot it a little bit. So I don't think that happens anymore. So hopefully it's going to be okay. Anyway, Leech, Demeter, Revenant, Aljun, Phantom, they're all getting these teeny tiny little buffs that are completely insignificant. You'll see this as kind of like a thing Pixonic likes to do, is they'll like nerf these really good bots by a lot, and then they'll take these insignificant crap bots and they'll give them like a small buff that is not really noticeable. I think Leech is probably the best one here, but it's still not going to be that good. Now we can go on to the weapons. Reaper is getting its reload increase a lot. This is very noticeable. I don't really see this making Reaper totally useless. I think Reaper will still be good. You really got to be careful with your shots. Like, you can't just kind of like throw out shots whenever you want to. You need to know you're going to hit your target before you shoot, because you have a lot of downtime. Needle, Spike, and Stake. This one is also very noticeable. They shoot a lot slower. Aegis durability is increased, but that's not really significant because Aegis durability is not really that high on these weapons anyway. I definitely see that a lot of the Ochakochis that are using Needles and Spikes are probably going to swap them off for the new shotguns because of this change. I was running them on my Lynx and I thought they were okay because they still do a lot of damage, and really these weapons kind of did need the nerf because they were really strong. I just think they went a little overboard with it. Hopefully if they don't get another nerf, they'll still be okay, but I think that they might get another nerf after this to their damage as well. Taija, Yoji, and Hoanji, I was really scared for this nerf because I used them on my Mugi. They reduce the damage by 30% and they increase the range from 800 to 1100. If you run the Herald Hand Pilot and you run Overdrive units and you run Nuclear Amplifier, I stacked all the damage I could as well as the Damage Pilot, and they are usable, but they're not like really good anymore. They can work. I mean, I still killed people with them, but it's pretty significant how low their damage has gotten. Spear, I think it's going to be the same thing, like its damage is going down. Probably it's still going to be good with auto, but I don't think that this nerf was necessary. Its damage is going down quite a bit. So if you use Spear, tell me if you notice. Fainter, it's going to be crap now. It's going to suck. It already was like mediocre. I don't know why they decided to nerf it. This is just insane. They're not weapons anymore. They're like toys. They're like Nerf guns. But anyway, whatever. Let's just get on. Cudgel, damage down by 5%. Not going to notice anything. Glory, what this means, the amount of particles per shot going down, what this basically means is it does a third or 2/3 of the damage that it did before. Its damage is reduced by like 33%. It's significant. Yeah, this was a tier 3 weapon. It was popular in Champions League. We saw this coming from like a billion miles away. Glory's screwed. It's not good anymore. And then we got, here's the big list of buffs to stuff that kind of sucks, that's not really going to change much. The only nice one, I think, is, again, the one at the top, Snare, Scatty, and Hell getting their ammo capacity increased. I think they also should have their reload decreased. They're okay weapons if you use them with Paralysis, but Paralysis got nerfed. Let's get on to Titans. So we got 2 nerfs and 2 buffs. Rook and Luchador are getting nerfs, and Sirius and Heimdall are getting buffs. Overall, what I got to say about these, I'm gonna just like really glaze over these quickly. They're not gonna really change much, or at least the Rook and Luchador changes aren't gonna change anything. Rook is still gonna be a great, insane tank. Luchador is still going to be a great, insane tank. But you know what, whatever. Sirius and Heimdall, they got small buffs, mostly just to like their durability. Sirius got some speed, Heimdall got some like tiny increase to like its attack damage. Hopefully we'll see them get some more buffs in the future here. Titan weapons, Fulgur, Tonan, Zoxy, Argon, Evora, Veyron. These were all the best Titan weapons in the game, and all of them are getting nerfed. Evora and Veyron were really unbalanced, so we should have seen this coming. You might have a reason to go and decide to use Vajra and Mahavajra instead of Evora and Veyron. So I think now Mahavajra and Vajra do better damage, but they don't do all gray damage. So that's actually pretty fine. Oxy and Argon, honestly, they aren't even that overpowered, but the nerf that they're getting isn't bad either. In some ways, some people could even consider this a buff because it's going to kind of help you with like watching out for your mag. Overall, it is of course a nerf. It's just like if you shoot into an Indra and it phase shifts, you wasted less of your ammo, just for example. Oxy and Argon are still going to be okay, especially with the Evora and Veyron nerf. I think the Oxy and Argon are going to maybe shine a little more because their nerf is not nearly significant. Fulgur and Tonans, I use these in my gameplay. You're not going to notice this. It's not noticeable at all. You still one-shot like everybody, except for Ochikochi, of course, but you never can one-shot Ochikochi. Nobody can one-shot Ochikochi. Fulgur and Tonans are still crazy. They are probably going to get nerfed, I'd say, 3 more times until they're going to be okay. Cyclone, Cataclysm, Striker got slight buffs. Nobody's going to notice. Nobody uses them. They suck. Now let's get on to the drones. So, of course, the same way as everything else, we've got a bunch of nerfs, and then we've got some meaningless buffs. Kestrel got it the worst of all of them for sure, but I think Kestrel has gone from being the overpowered must-have, use this on everything drone, to still a very extremely good drone. I honestly would go as far as to say it's probably still the best drone in the game. Maybe there's some competition now, like from the newer drones. Maybe there's like some better reasons to use them instead, but your speed boosts are going down by half. Your gray damage repaired on kills is going down by not that much. It's still going to be a lot. And the death mark total is being reduced from stacking up to 100% to stacking 3 shots to 45% because the damage is reduced and the stacks are reduced. Again, it should not have even been giving you 100% damage bonus in the first place. Kestrel was ridiculous, and I'm happy to see that it's getting these pretty fair nerfs. I use one. I was using one in my gameplay, and that's fine. I think it should be like this. I think it was way too good of a drone before. Now Daltoki's getting its damage boost increased, or its weapon damage increased by 10%. It's kind of funny, Daltoki's weapon never got the overheating nerf and never got the damage nerf that the other ones have gotten. So I think Daltoki's weapon might actually be better than the light weapon, the Taija, but we'll have to see in game. Armadillo is getting its bonus from defense points on kill reduced from 15 to 10. This is a fair nerf. Armadillo was a pretty good drone, but most of people were using it to capture a bunch of beacons and get defense points, so it's still going to be really good. I don't think you'll notice this all that much. Reviver getting a meaningless buff. Nothing's really changing. It's still going to kind of suck. Beak is getting a really significant nerf. I think Beak isn't really going to be good anymore at all. It used to have a total of 12 seconds of stealth, and now it has 6 seconds. I don't really see this. I don't see this being good anymore. I think you can try it, and maybe it's still got its niche, but really it has like just barely any stealth anymore. It really won't give you any stealth as much as it used to be, and you still have to take a ton of damage, and it has a 30-second cooldown for just 3 seconds of stealth instead of 7. Yeah, Beak is kind of screwed. Paralysis is also getting a nerf. I don't think this nerf was necessary at all. This was pointless. I wish they didn't do it, but at the end of the day, if you're using paralysis, you're using it for the lockdown. My paralysis is level 4, so I don't even have the repair unit boosts on it, so I won't notice anything. But to those who maxed it, it's kind of unfortunate. I think paralysis really didn't deserve this, but whatever. You're not going to notice it too much. It's still going to be a fine drone. And then we've got the kind of useless buffs, Persephone, Barrel, and Glider. Barrel's damage boost is a lot, but you're not going to really notice it. Glider is already a pretty good drone, and now it's getting even better. That's pretty nice. Not that by that much, though. Persephone, like, is even worth talking about. But yeah, that's the balance changes, you guys. You guys tell me what you think in the comments section. We can discuss them, and thanks for watching.